Remember when I got out of college, I had to be enlisted because I'm a Taiwanese citizen. If I wanted to visit Taiwan freely as a citizen, I would have to complete my service first. And I love serving my country, so there was no second thought. But then I came to the realization that it was a terrible idea, being enlisted, because you can't imagine how painful the training was. And after the basic training at the boot camp, I thought everything would be a bit better. Turns out life was even worse in the base. I was an artilleryman. If you ever heard anything about the Army, you know how nobody wants to be an artilleryman. Poor life quality, and you're most likely to be the first group of people to die for your country. But I still had to cater, because all I wanted to do was finish my service once and for all and get my legal status. So before we got here in the base, we heard that there was this old immigrant soldier who hanged himself. Ever since then, this place has had rumors of eerie tales. Sure as hell don't believe in such bullshit. I'm an atheist, so this never bothered me. What bothered me was all these crappy jobs we needed to take care of. I wouldn't give a shit if a scary ghost was staring at me from behind the entire time when I was being tormented. I just wanted some more rest. But there never was enough time for us to get some good sleep. So, standing guard was one of the most hated jobs a soldier could think of. Usually we'd have two people standing guard at a central point at the same time. But one day some of these very considerate military officers just decided that we would start standing guard certain extra points alone. It's like a patrol duty. A lot of people would be intimidated by it because you would have to stay there alone for an hour or two. But what bothered me was that we had so much work to do, and now we got one less hour free time, which sucked. But anyways, life still goes on. So here's what happened. This one day, I overslept again due to the excessive workload in the day. When I got up, I took a glimpse at the watch. I was almost late for my shift. So without thinking twice, I rushed into the standing point to take over. So luckily I got there in time and took over accordingly. In the following hour, I just stood there staring blankly at the sky like always. Something was weird about this place. Something looked just unusual. But I didn't think too much about it. I just wanted the time to pass more quickly. So when it was about time for the next man to take over my position, no one came over. I was confused. So I looked at the watch, and then I looked around again, and I found out this wasn't the place I was supposed to be standing guard. So I stood up and ran like a horse to the point I was assigned to. And my fellow was already there, standing guard like a stone. I went up to him, and I tried to explain what happened, hoping he wouldn't tell. And then he said, "But I don't understand. You just finished the handover with me a moment ago. What's the matter? Are you being exhausted now after this tiresome day with endless outdoors tasks? You totally forgot what you just did, bro." What? No, I distinctly remember I stayed at the other standing point for the whole hour. That was no dream. I remember every detail from the first minute to when my time is up. But all of a sudden, as I was looking back, I noticed that there was no standing point where I just was, standing guard. So who was it that my fellow took over? And who did I take over?